Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Hello, Buckeye fans. Jeff Rash here with the Gilmer Coaches Show. I'm joined today by the head coach and athletic director of the Gilmer Buckeyes, Mr. Alan Metzel. Alan, congratulations on another win.
Thank you, sir.
You're getting accustomed to this.
Well, we want to make it a habit.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Yes.
So a lot of good things happened last night. 59, or a couple of nights ago, 59-13. The Gilmer Buckeyes over the Spring Hill Panthers. And, you know, we talked about last week in the Coaches Show, the last 4 years, Spring Hill's played Gilmer pretty
close.
tight. And really, in the last 2 years, last year was scary.
Yes.
In fact, I don't think we won by 2 points. And so Spring Hill has really, they play up, obviously, and it seems like the last few years, in my opinion as a layman, is Gilmer just doesn't rise to the occasion because I think they underestimated them. And not the case this time.
Nope.
So they played well.
They did.
I know one of the things that you have been focusing on is trying to play all 4 quarters. And you have a team.
I just say we're getting closer.
You are getting closer.
Yeah, two.
We put up a good second quarter.
Yeah.
But still haven't played a first
Not
quarter
all 4.
yet, right?
No,
and you and I laugh about this because you can get away with that with a lot of the teams we're going to play this year. You can play 2 quarters of Buckeye football and still be okay.
Right.
But game 10, playoff game 4, and playoff game 16, we know for a fact that can happen.
Right.
So what are you guys doing, and all kidding aside, I know it's driving you nuts.
It's very frustrating.
I know you're going nuts with it
Right.
because you know what they're capable of, right?
You bet.
What is it? Is this a mental thing? Is this a discipline thing? What is it, and what are you going to do to fix it?
I would say it's a mixture, and I also want to interject this. We're speaking offensively. Because our defense actually played really well.
They played really well.
I want to make sure that I give them their due because they were
That's
on.
right.
There were a lot of 3 and outs right there.
That's right.
And so it's not so much I would say a overall thing as it is offensively. We've got to get some things ironed out.
Yeah.
And so the thing that is elusive, I guess that is the way I'm trying to describe it, is our issues at different games throughout the year have been different things.
Yeah.
And so, if it's one thing, then you go, okay, well, we've got to really change this scenario or whatever. Well, then you tweak that area and then it pops up in another place. Now, I'm not saying that as an excuse. The issue is we've got to get it fixed.
Yeah.
And so we're working on that. For example, when you're talking about the penalties we had the other night.
That's why I was going to bring that up.
They're on us.
Yeah.
That wasn't something you can go, oh, the official. No, it was us.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
Did we just have a strict official group, or was that really our mistakes?
No, it was us.
Because it seemed like all those illegal procedure, I'm looking for it, and I'm not seeing it. I don't know what they were seeing.
It was in multiple cases. It was a guy flinched, or whatever. Well, and this happens a lot. The defense is yelling something, and a guy flinches or whatever. Well, that's just part of the game.
Yeah.
That's a self-discipline thing.
Sure.
It wasn't all one person. You know, we pretty well spread that one around.
Well, we had 12 penalties for 94 yards in the first half, and most of that came on, I think, 4 interference passes.
Defensively, yes.
Defensively.
Those were
your big ones.
Correct.
Those
and then
are
we
big
had like
yards.
7 procedural penalties on offense.
Yeah.
Now I'll say this: they had one drive where every single first down was a penalty.
Yeah.
That's how they moved down. That's how they scored.
Yeah.
And a couple of those we just did.
Yeah.
There was one of them I thought was kind of a. I don't know how that one got called, but it is what it is.
It goes both ways.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
But as far as like procedural things, that you get in there. We make drills this week where you got linemen shifting and moving, and you're yelling out. So there's things you can do, but it just boils down to you have to be disciplined. Yeah. You have to lock in, and you can't be mentally lazy.
That's right.
One time we get down here after we covered the fumble on the 3-yard line, and we score on the next play, and we weren't lined up on the line. Receivers this far off the line. All you have to do is point at the official, and we're good.
Yeah.
And he didn't. Well, that cost us 4 points.
Yeah.
So things like that, we cannot. That's on me. That's I've got to make sure that we iron that stuff out. So we'll continue to work on that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's interesting because you guys have had I've watched this program for a long time, and we've always been a second half team. It seems like, forever. I don't know why that is, but it's like our old pattern. It seemed like was explode immediately in the first 3 or 4 minutes of a game, back off, and then come back roaring back into the second half. And we've just had trouble kind of getting that first momentum going. But you see it start building. The second half. Remember to think about the Henderson game.
Oh, no doubt.
Great second quarter.
Right.
And then you come back out of making adjustments, I guess, at halftime and just explode on whoever it is. We almost saw it with Carthage.
Correct.
If we hadn't blown the momentum on just a miscommunication with the receiver and the quarterback for the interception, that would have been a 28-21 game.
Correct.
Totally different thing. So I know you guys continue. I know it frustrates you
to
no end, and I'm sure
the
other coaches as well.
Sure.
It just seems like when we play Spring Hill, when we play Gladewater, when we play Pleasant Grove, when we play the Lindale game, even some of these teams, the crowd's in it, the coaches are in it, the kids are. It's just you can feel it right in the stadium. When Spring Hill comes, it's just like it's boring. And you know what I mean? So is it hard? And I say that, is it hard for you as a coach? How do you try to amp up a team that it doesn't take that other team serious?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. For us, we don't try and make it about Spring Hill, but we also don't try and make it about Carthage. Literally, we're trying to teach this is a faceless opponent. And if you don't, you're going to have the peaks and valleys, and you're going to go off of emotion. Because kids know, when they look at film, they're like, well, this team, we got to do this, and this team maybe not as much, or this team, or whatever. And you have to try and bring that down as far as you can.
Yeah.
And by doing that, you're trying to play more intense as opposed to emotional.
Yeah.
And so that's the goal. It's all about, did we do well on that play? Did I do my job on that play?
Execute
every single
every
play.
time.
Correct.
That's the E in pride.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so from that standpoint, now we're eliminating some of the psychological, maybe less emotional excitement, whatever, and you're just trying to do your job.
Just execute.
Execute.
Yeah, it's not about emotion.
No.
It's nothing personal, right? So I agree with you. I thought the defense, who's played well every game this year, really, I thought they played well.
They did.
I was shocked at really how well the secondary for Spring Hill played.
Yeah.
That first half,
battled. Yeah.
I thought they did quite. They had 4 good athletes back there. They had great coverage. They covered the routes.
That's their strength on defense. It is, and those guys are not bad.
Yeah, they're not bad at all. I thought they could play anywhere. So we got some plays from the game. Why don't we go through those right quick?
Got it.
We'll look at those. This first one that we're going to look at is Luke, who had a good game. Speaking of defense, we have several clips on the defense this week. And Luke Watson, who's done, I think, a good job at this all year. He does a good job of stringing the run out to the sideline. And then just, if he didn't make the tackle, which he normally does, he's setting it up for the,
Right.
So
exactly.
he does a great job of doing that. So walk us through this.
You bet. You've got Luke here on the edge of the defense. They run a jet sweep. He's able to stay outside leverage on their tight end, plays off, and makes a good tackle for loss in the background. In the backfield. He really played physical the other night and set a tone.
He did.
Really set a tone.
He did, and the tone was "Don't come this direction."
Correct.
Yeah, he played that well. I hope to see that the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
We'll keep him healthy too.
Absolutely.
This next one was the first score of the night. This was BT using his athleticism.
That's right. We're trying to get a little outside zone play. You can see. Take a look here. I'm going to rewind it. Watch our fullback, Jose Hernandez, come out and just take their outside backer all the way to the sideline, and Brandon cuts up inside of there and scores. Yeah. That's kind of the opposite of what you saw with Luke on that last play.
Yeah.
It was a great job.
Yeah, he literally removed him from the picture. Right?
The picture. And so now it gave him a great...
Look at him just driving this
all the way over into the sideline.
Yeah.
Good job by the receiver and by Cody blocking on the edge as well. So good stuff.
Yeah, amazing. So this next one we're going to show. This is you guys practice this.
Yes.
Y'all are trying to break momentum and put pressure on the other coaching staff.
Absolutely.
Being down a point psychologically is detrimental, and you guys blocked an extra point attempt.
That's right. Here we are. I believe it's second quarter, and so Spring Hill scores. One of the hardest things when an opponent scores is you have that emotional letdown. You're mad that they just scored.
Yeah.
The players are, everybody is, your fans are upset. Well, you have another play with a point involved.
Yeah.
And those points obviously add up. And so we teach military term. John Huffstetler, back when he was here, he talked about counterattack. That this is the play on we call it the jawbreakers, and we're going to counterattack. Once they've scored, we're going to try and steal this point. And so we work the drills where we're coming through and jumping up and getting in the lanes and coming off the side and running the hoop and so forth.
Without hitting the kicker.
Without hitting the kicker. And so you're going to see us right here, counterattack. And Tristan McKeon breaks through the line, the interior of the line, which is actually a good bit harder, and gets his hands up and blocks the kick. And now there's a mad scramble trying to pick it up because you could end up getting 2 points off of that. We weren't able to scoop and score.
So I couldn't see who got that block.
Tristan McKeon, number 7.
Yeah, number 7. He's played well all year.
He really has. He's doing a great job. He's an undersized defensive lineman, but just has so much heart and really does a great job with his technique.
Yeah, he's played well this year.
Yes, sir.
So this next play we're going to look at is also early in the game. This is Dylan's first, Fluellen's first touchdown of the night on a post route.
You bet. Well, we saw in this scenario, we felt like we could get Dylan over the safety. He's going to end up having the corner trailing him. Brandon had missed one earlier. I believe they had called a defensive pass interference on it, but he knew if I pull him more to the middle of the field, then we can score. And so we came back to this.
Hats off to the offensive line there. They gave Brandon plenty of time.
Absolutely.
It's hard to throw that pass a post if you're on the roll.
No doubt.
You know, if you're rolling out, especially if you have to roll to the right, you're trying to throw back across your body. It's nearly impossible.
That's 40 yards in the air.
Yeah.
You know, so that one, you've got to be in rhythm and you've got to be able to step into the throw.
That's just like it's supposed to look like in practice.
That right there is how you draw it.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Absolutely.
And this next one was Rowan. You know, we played 6 games now, I guess.
Yes,
Rowan's
sir.
got 4 interceptions, and in those 6 games, and it seemed like they're always clutch. They're always at the right time.
Right.
And then you and I were talking about this, and I talked to his dad about this. You know, when he gets the football, he reminds me of Curtis Brown when he was a sophomore. But when he gets the football, he doesn't look like everybody else on the field for some reason. He just looks so like he's just floating down a stream almost. He's just going with the flow wherever the wind takes him through the defenders. It's like he doesn't know they're there to tackle him. He just kind of runs.
Right. He's very gifted. And you're right. He has that ability of fluidity, if you will, where he's able to see and make quick movements. Nothing seems like it's got him in a hurry. And
no, he just gets behind the block.
Exactly.
Watch this return on this interception.
This is right after the score to Dylan, his brother, and he makes this pick and then returns it, big return, which puts us in a position to score again right before half, and gave us a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
So now we're down inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and he runs north and south.
Yes.
He doesn't do a lot of stuttering.
No. No.
He does a good job, and man, he is really. I think he's leading the team right now in interceptions.
He is.
And they've all been clutch.
They are. And the other thing is, for example, on that play right here you are close to half, and he doesn't let anyone get behind him. That's something you can't take for granted. People let guys get behind them all the time. You can't allow that to happen. Well, he didn't. And so here he is back here, and he's watching the quarterback, and then he comes up and makes the play, flips the field.
And that's almost the exact same. Every interception he's had has been nearly just like
pretty
that.
similar.
It's been pretty much the same deal. So he's kind of got that dialed in a little bit.
He does.
So this next one is another touchdown by Dylan, and this was
right before half.
Man,
Beautiful.
this was because with 2 minutes to go in the half, the score is about to be 7-14. I thought.
Yes.
You guys blocked the interception. I mean, your last 2 minutes were very eventful. In this game because you not only blocked
the
extra point, you went and put 2 TDs.
Correct.
Up on and put it at 28-6 going into halftime.
That
was huge.
Feel, no doubt.
Way different feel. Because I'm starting to get deja vu all over again. Thinking, oh my gosh, this is like last year when we went in behind at halftime to Spring Hill. So I was kind of thinking that, but man, this play, I didn't think he caught it. And then if you'll watch, he's laying on the he was way away from us.
Right.
And he's laying there and he holds the football.
Right. Let everybody know.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it.
This is a great athletic play.
Well, and when you get this close to the end, you're down to just seconds to go. You've got to go to the end zone. You just got to get it in there. And, nobody else is better at going up and just snatching the ball out of the air than Dylan for us. And so Brandon drops back. He actually has some pressure up the middle, and so which affected his throw a little bit.
And look at that. Look at the
Dylan,
height.
yeah, he just goes up.
Can you freeze that
Yes.
possibly on the height? Let's see if we
let
can.
me go back on that. Okay, let's forward up. Yeah, I mean, he's up around what would be a basketball rim.
Oh, sure.
You know, up at the top.
Yeah, he just jumps out of the stadium right here. Watch
here
this.
he goes.
Look at that.
Yeah, and
High
you see
points the ball.
over into the defender's hands.
Takes
and
it
then
away
just
from
pulls
him.
it away from
Yeah.
him. Yeah, tremendous.
Yeah, I didn't think he caught it until he held it up.
Uh-huh.
But just a great effort. on his
Fantastic
part.
effort.
He is really good at going up after a ball. So athletic.
He is.
And so that was that. So this next, I believe this is all right. So we went into halftime
Yes.
at that point. We came back out looking for. Hey, they left energized. I wonder if they'll come out and be the same team, and they were.
Right.
So these next 3 plays we're going to watch are all defensive plays.
Correct.
And talk about, like I said, they had a good first half, but man, they started getting some major penetration.
Right.
Here.
Our defense just took it up another level. This is how you want to come out, and we talked at halftime about let's come out and end it. Right now, just let them know, no, it's not happening.
Right.
And that was the type mentality the defense came out and played with. And so, these next 3 plays were right in succession. And so it pretty well let them know you've got black flag defenders all over the place.
Look at those black jerseys.
Just raining.
Swarming.
On the backfield there. So, first of all, it's a great job of getting off the ball. Second of all, it's being gap sound. I love the energy and the swarm to the tackle. So look good on first down. So here we go with second down. They're going to try a play action pass, and Matt Burton just annihilates the quarterback.
Yeah.
Completely runs by their blocker, and just, before the guy even gets turned around, he's got Matt right there in his face.
Yeah.
So
he's wearing number 44 right there.
Exactly.
And so just demoralizing them right from the start.
Exactly.
I mean, now they're pinned back here nearly.
Now it's
to their
3rd
own
and
end zone.
24. Right.
Yeah, and so you're freaked out. You've just gotten sacked. There's a lot of psychological, oh my gosh, they're dominating us at this point.
Right.
And so what that leads is an interception.
That's right. We've put them behind the 8 ball, so to speak. We can play our guys deep. You see Cody Guidry here playing over the top in a cover 2 look where he's got the outside half, makes the pick, runs it back down to about the 10-yard line. So we accomplished what we wanted to in that first drive right there. And then we turned right around and scored on the next play.
For sure. And we talked about Rowan defensively. I don't know whether we got to remember this is a 15-year-old kid. I mean, this is a sophomore.
Right.
And I don't know if I like watching him better on defense or offense, but he played a good game. I know he could have kicked himself or he dropped a touchdown pass in the first quarter, what would have easily been 6.
Right.
But he didn't drop this TD.
Not this one.
He reeled this one in.
This one here, again, we're in an empty protection. They get some pressure on us. The thing that's really good about this one is when Brandon got the pressure and he scrambles, his awareness of where his check down is. And so Rowan was not the number 1 person on this route. It was further down the field, like you were talking about when we tried to hit Dylan, and you can't throw that when you're on the run. Well, once he had to run, he knew who to go to.
Yeah.
He found Rowan. Rowan was right there. Rowan got in his eyes. He put it on him, and then Rowan takes off and does what he does.
Yeah.
So excellent job of working here. And this is something that we practice. Our quarterback coaches, they're out there working with him, with Brandon, flushing him out of the pocket, making those kind of throws, and you see him do it in the game here.
And
Great
Rowan,
job.
Again, just find an open field. That's what he does
right.
good.
That's
Now,
right.
who was that pass? Who was the checkoff on that? Who was supposed to be first?
It was supposed to have been Mason, who's down here at the very bottom.
Okay, and he was going.
He
like,
was
was
going
he running
deep.
fly route?
He was on a post, a deep post. And when he got flushed, then Mason broke it off and was working out. But then Rowan got into his eyes.
Yeah.
That's his job once he sees that. And
That's what we were talking about earlier. When you have to roll out of that pocket,
Yes.
those deep post routes are just blown.
Right, you can't
know.
throw that, unless the whole defense sucks up, and you just almost punt it. But great job by Rowan finding the opening. Great job by Parker Gilo there on the backside, cutting off somebody trying to tackle him.
Now, this next play we're going to watch was just a good hustle on the kickoff. You talk about special teams and how important it is in a game. And unfortunately, Spring Hill emulated the Atlanta Falcons a few weeks ago and forgot this is a live ball. I think they actually thought it bounced through the end zone, but that ball checked up.
It stopped right there on the
so
3-yard line.
It's a live ball. A lot of people don't understand if they don't watch a lot of football. A punt, because I get asked this a lot.
Right, punt's different.
A punt, why do they get away from it? But on a kickoff, they have to get on it. Well, on a
Exactly.
punt, as long as it doesn't touch another player, it's not a live ball.
Correct.
But if on a kickoff, if it's on the green, it's a live ball. Anybody can get it.
That is correct.
So,
and our guys knew it. You're going to see Landon Watson, Will Blakely really getting it downfield. That's Will out front at the top of the screen. He gets hit right there, but then you're going to see Landon swoop in right here and get that ball. Chase Waller was also in the area, and now we got the ball first and goal on the 3-yard
yeah, I couldn't
line.
believe I was like, man, that was just dumb luck.
Yes.
It seems like we never get that kind of luck, right?
That's not normal.
Yeah.
That is not normal. That was good stuff.
So we got Spring Hill behind us, and so now we move on to Pittsburgh.
Yes,
so
sir.
we're headed to Pittsburgh. This is going to be an away game.
Mm-hmm.
We're headed to Pittsburgh Stadium. Game will be at 7:30 in Pittsburgh.
Right.
And so what are we looking at with our opponent this week?
Pittsburgh, they're very similar to us, I would say, as far as the type teams. That's what we always say about Gladewater.
Yeah.
They're always going to have athletes. They're
Mm-hmm.
always going to have guys that look like our guys. They're well coached. Brad Baca's been there for a number of years, really good individual. And the kids enjoy playing for him. They've got some good skill kids. They've struggled a little bit this year offensively. I expect their best. They always play their best against us. Defensively, I can tell you right now, they have two of the best linebackers in the whole district.
Really?
I mean, they are talented. They both started as sophomores last year, and they're dudes. They were dudes. So they're both back this year as juniors. And so right down the middle of that defense, those guys can play. I mean, they're tough.
So we may not see a lot of draws.
We might not be running right there, a whole lot. We've got to get them a little tired, moving around a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're good. Those two guys inside, I mean, they're really good.
Yeah. So your score prediction was what?
0-0 for the game. And then hopefully more
One of these
for
days,
Gilmer.
I'm just going to say it, and you're just going to blurt something out without thinking. I'm going to catch you on your heels one day. So.
We'll see.
So Buckeye fans, we need you to show up. Make sure make your way over to Pittsburgh. It's only a 20-minute drive.
Exactly.
So, and we need you there, and we need you to make a lot of noise for the Buckeyes. And if you don't, make sure that you tune in to either eText Channel 1 or 601, or go to GilmerBuckeyes.com, or go to your smart TV and watch it on YouTube, whatever. You can watch it all over. The Buckeyes are everywhere. So, Alan, thanks for your time today. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you, sir.
And we just keep marching along. It all counts now.
That's right.
So it's no more practice games. This is district play, and hopefully we're going to meet Pleasant Grove right behind me here in Buckeye Stadium and Jeff Traylor Stadium for the district championship. That's what we're hoping for. Anything can happen, but that's what we're hoping for. And, of course, we're hoping for a victory there. So we'll see you guys Friday night, either at the game in Pittsburgh or on the air. Thanks for watching.